I'm telling y'all right now, this is about to be the best tutorial ever. I don't make custom balls anymore, but after watching this video, you are going to make custom balls like a pro. I have on my green hair and my broken glasses because I just got through cosplaying Maki and I'm still in character mode. You know, Maki's in from JJK. Jujutsu Kaisen? No one watched that. Anyways, in this video, I am going to be making a custom basketball for my boyfriend. Yeah, that's probably not even going to be my boyfriend in a couple more months. That was real messy to say, right? Because he's probably going to watch this video. Listen, y'all, I am my own trauma. Okay, so we are about to go over how to make a custom basketball in this video. We're going to go over the kind of computer I use, the software I use, the printer and ink I use, and all the supplies you need to make custom basketballs as a pro. After you watch this video, you are going to know how to make custom basketballs in your sleep. Okay, I'm about to exploit my talent for you. You're going to be like, dang, I wasn't even supposed to come on YouTube today, but I came on YouTube. I seen a girl with broken glasses and green hair, and she just taught me something new. That's what we're about to get into in this video right now. First things first, I ain't got a fucking bad thing for first. Okay, so first things first, let's go over the kind of computer I'm using. So I'm just using a Windows 11 computer to do this. And the software that I am using is Canva. I use a mixture of Canva and I also use Photoshop for sizing. So I use a mixture of both. Now, let's get the basketball because I get so tired of people telling me this. What's the size? What's the size, miss? Excuse me, what's the size? Listen, I will never give out a size, and no other person who makes custom balls should be giving anybody a size because I don't know what kind of ball you bought. Balls do come in sizes. Oh, I'm so rude. I just got up and didn't tell y'all I was leaving or nothing like that. I said this would be the greatest tutorial of life. I didn't say it'd be the politest tutorial of your life. Get your basketball right, and you are going to get a tape measure. I'm going to do the tape measure dance because some of y'all act like y'all have never seen one before. Okay, we're going to get a tape measure. And you don't even have to go to school to know how to measure stuff. I promise you, it is so easy. You're going to get the part that says 1. Get your basketball. Obviously, this one has already been previously created by me, but you are just going to go right there at the tip. See where I'm at? And you are going to just drag that baby all the way down to see where it stops at. So it stops at 12 and it starts at 1. Okay, and then I'm going to measure it side by side, and that's 3. So I know for a fact, before even creating any designs or any kind of templates to go into my basketball, I know for a fact that my panels for this particular basketball, each little panel that's on the basketball, I know for a fact that they are 12 by 3 inches. Let's talk about print settings. I had done got dressed and got a little dolled up, so I'm officially in teacher mode. We about to go over everything. How to make the ultimate custom basketball. First of all, let's go over supplies. What supplies do you need for this project? Let's talk about paper. If I get asked this question one more time, I'm going to tell everybody it's construction paper. Bruh. This is dark heat transfer paper. You can also use light heat transfer paper. I've used both and both got great quality. It really doesn't matter which one you use as long as you are using HTV paper. It's the same paper that you can find on Amazon, Walmart. It's the paper that people use to make t-shirts and custom bags and stuff. We finna use that same paper. That's why we're here today. Because I had the thought to put the heat transfer paper on the basketball. No applause. Not all heroes wear capes. Okay, this is inkjet heat transfer paper by Newfont, and this is 11 by 17. You also gonna need a basketball. Do I need to show y'all the basketball? Do you not know that you need to get a basketball to make the custom basketball for this video? Okay, I didn't think I had to go over that. You're gonna need Mod Podge. You're gonna need a ball pump, okay? Unless your basketball is already blown up, then you don't need it. A hot glue gun, or you can use super glue or nail glue. You're gonna need some black paint. You're gonna need a heat gun. This is a craft heat gun with 300 watts. Don't buy anything that gets hotter than this. And no, you can't use a blow dryer, sis. We're not doing hair, babe. We're gonna use a painter sponge, and you need you some very sharp scissors. Don't get them dull ones. Don't get them Dollar Tree scissors. Baby, you're gonna have to spend a little bit of money and get you some nice sharp scissors. So now that we have all our supplies, right? Let's get into it. Okay, so now that we got over supplies, everything you need to even begin creating a custom basketball, let's talk about designing. Now, I'm not gonna go over how to create the designs in this video, but I did use my custom ball templates and outlines to create my designs that I am doing and using in this video. So with that being said, I am going to give some pro tips on how I get my designs to look really good, high quality, and sharp images. So let me just pull up my handy dandy laptop and let's go over this real quickly. Now, when I first started out, I used to design a different image for each one. Don't be Superman, sis. It is very time consuming. Now, if you're going to do it for business, it's very time consuming. But if it's for personal use and you want to do it, go for it. But now what I do is I only design 4. I design 4 different images and I just duplicate them and put them all around the ball. I promise you it is the quickest way, most efficient way, and it still comes out really, really nice. As you can see from the video, I am duplicating these so that I can get all 8 panels to go onto the basketball. Notice that with basketball templates, they are slightly adjacent to the left, to the right. That's the best thing about my basketball templates. I have that already set up for you. You don't have to worry about flipping the template and designing on the opposite side. You don't have to flip it upside down, downside, none of that. All of my templates are already pre-set up, pre-outlined, so that all you have to do is begin designing and print. One of my major pro tips when you are making your custom basketball designs, always, and I don't care how good the picture quality is, always make sure that you go in there and you brighten your image, you sharpen it, and you add a little bit of saturation and clarity to it. I'm telling y'all, this is like a #1 pro tip. Always add some sharpness and some color to your designs. Another important tip when you are creating your basketball template designs, if you don't want your images flipped all over the place and you want everything to look vertically upright on the basketball, you want to be able to flip the template so that everything looks right and you can read it from left to right and top to bottom. If you don't do that, you're going to get your basketball and you're going to be like this trying to read. It's annoying. I already went through that pain for you. You do not have to do that. So like I said, that's one of the best things about my custom basketball templates. I already have everything flipped for you to design vertically upright so that when you do place them on the basketball, you can read everything from left to right and up to down. Hold on, I just got a text. Okay, he texted me back. I guess I can make this basketball look really nice for him since he know how to act now. I might give him a couple more months with me. Okay, back to the next part. Let's talk about printing. We want to maximize as much of that space as we can. So I always print both templates on one sheet of paper so I can use as much of this paper as possible. Now that I have already created my template design in Canva, I am going to re-upload that into Canva and resize it to the desired size. Once we do that, we are going to save this as a PNG transparent image so that we can re-upload it into Photoshop. Another pro tip when you are printing, you want to be careful that you do not let this image print on top of each other. I'm going to show you real quick in Photoshop how I prevent that, making sure that I put the paper back in, feed it in the same way it came out, and moving the image on the opposite side so that they print just like this next to each other and not on top of one another. I have ruined enough paper for both of us. Heat transfer paper is not cheap. Let's think this through. Do it carefully. Take your time. This is not a 5-minute project. It always takes me at least an hour or so to fully complete a basketball, and I have been doing this for years. Do not rush yourself. Follow all the steps. Do not skip any parts of this video. Okay, so I like to use Photoshop for one reason only, because I like the way Photoshop prints colors. That means you don't necessarily need Photoshop to print out your images in the correct size. Once you've already done the first step in Canva, you can go ahead and print just like that. But for me personally, I like to make sure that the size is absolutely exact. And I like the colors that Photoshop prints. So that is why I put my images back into Photoshop. Here in Photoshop, you're going to upload your image. If you downloaded it as a transparent PNG, it should look just like this. I'm going to go to image and image size and just change this to 12. And it's a little bit off with the 1.98, but it's okay. This paper is stretched. So if you size it under by a point or two, it's going to be fine. Trust me. I'm going to go to print, and this is the most important part. We are going to go into printer settings. Notice that I have moved my ball template image all the way to the left because I want to print both of my templates on the same sheet of paper. And then when I get ready to feed it back into the printer, I'm going to move that same image all the way to the other side, feed it in the same way so that it will print just like this, and I can maximize all of this paper space and save on some ink. Now, when I'm in Photoshop, I'm going to make sure that my paper source is the paper tray, because the paper tray can feed in larger paper. And the document size I'm going to use is 11 by 14. It's okay that my paper is bigger than 11/14 and my image is actually smaller than 11 by 14. You guys be stressing the wrong thing. I'm going to make sure that my paper type is presentation paper matte and the quality is high. What you're going to do, you don't have to change any of your settings. We're going to keep all the same printer settings, and we're going to move that image to the opposite side, okay? And you want to feed your paper in the same direction that it went in. Please make sure that you are doing it that way. Even put a little arrow at the end of the printer paper if that helps you remember which way to put the paper in. But please put the paper in the same way that you put it in the first time so that the image will print on the opposite side. And then you'll have 2 basketball templates on one paper. You're going to now use less paper and less ink to get done this one ball. Because remember, we have to print 8 images here. Once you take the back side of the heat transfer paper off, I like to put a little bit of glue at the top of the basketball where the template is going to go. And I slightly press my finger down and I stretch it all the way to the end. I like to make it a little tight because this helps prevent wrinkles when I get ready to use the heat gun to apply it to my design and melt it down. You got the nerve to call me right now. Like, I'm busy. You want to speak to who?
My girlfriend.
Let me go get her.
Thank you.
I place my ball template here and I stretch it all the way down to the bottom. I pull it slightly to give it a slight tightness. And then I start using my heat gun. As I'm using the heat gun, I make sure that it's not too close. I count to about 5 or 8 seconds on each spot of the template and I move it down. While I'm moving it down, I take my other hand and I press it down as I'm going along, just to make sure that those edges are secure. It's another way to really make your custom basketball unique, make it stand out. And because I'm making it for somebody special, I did a little extra for the video. So what I'm using is, this is a glitter heat transfer vinyl. And I use Cricut to cut out the words. I thought this was cute. It gives it kind of like a 3D effect. When I come to the end of creating my ball, I will definitely put the Mod Podge over it. And I am using a mini Cricut heat press to press these words and the heat transfer down. Now let's talk about the Mod Podge and the top coat debate. Some of my clients who watch my videos and they buy my custom templates say that Mod Podge gives the finishing touches like a slightly sticky touch. I have used Mod Podge and I also have used this clear coating top coat. This is a clear acrylic high gloss, and either one I've used, I've always got good results. If you feel that your ball is still very sticky to touch, even after drying for 6 to 8 hours, you might have used too much, which is my best suggestion. Use a sponge brush over a paintbrush because it absorbs most of the liquid. And when you are painting your custom basketball, you might want to use just one stroke. Do not go back and forth because the colors will start to run into it and your ball will take longer to dry. But okay, silly me, I completely forgot to go over what to do if you are using a regular desktop inkjet printer and you are using a heat transfer paper that is 8.5 by 11. Now, when it comes to designing, the process is pretty much the same. You're going to go in Canva. You are going to resize your image to the same desired size. And you are going to turn it diagonal. This is so you can get it to stretch as big as you can. If you are going to use this method, I definitely suggest using a size 5 basketball or smaller. It makes it easier to be able to get the correct dimensions. Now, as I was making this video, I was also creating the custom basketball, and it is officially done. This is after I've done Mod Podge. I've even painted the black lines on the basketball with some black paint just to kind of clean up those little rugged edges or any part of the basketball that still might be showing or that wasn't completely covered up by the template. And it looks so nice and so well put together. So there isn't much else to really teach you at this point. And with that being said, I am going to end this video. Thank you so much for watching. Listen, creativity and technique and perfection, it just comes with time. This is an amazing, unique keepsake. So just take your time with it, and I promise the results will be amazing. So stay tuned for the world's best tutorial, lady. And I will see you all next time.